There are two parts of this week's reading that I'm going to be discussing today in this Sockpuppet podcast. The first question is, what ideas are most important in the section on connecting learning standards to arts-based responses to literature? So for me, there were three things that really stood out in the reading for chapter 7. The first one was, the author said, arts-based responses allow students to use all their senses as they make meaning. The second, an argument can be made that incorporating arts-based responses is especially important for students who excel in other modes of communicating besides reading and writing. And the third, the author discusses giving students opportunities to make meaning of texts that draw on multiple modes of meaning and to understand the potential of each mode of communication in order to make choices that allow the students to create and understand messages more fully. This comes from the book Steps to Success, Crossing the Bridge Between Literacy Research and Practice by Munger. And I thought all three of those areas are very important. We've talked about cross-curricular instruction before, and we've talked about the new definition of literacy expanding to be beyond just written text. So including these arts, I think, is very important, and I think that it's a great way. I especially agree with them about it being a great way for the students to use all of their senses, especially with the drama, and if they are given a piece of art to look at and then make meaning from that. So this is the first portion of our discussion.
For part 2 of our discussion in this module, we are looking at what additional resources I was able to locate online. So there were 3 resources that I found online that I thought went along with chapter 7 of Munger's book. And the first one is Rachel Zender. She used to work at the Guggenheim Museum in New York City, and she was an art educator there. She has an article on greatminds.org, and she talks about incorporating art and literacy. So I thought that was a really good find, and it would be a good connection. You would just go to www.greatminds.org/visual art literacy to find that article. The second one, edutopia.org. They have a video example that they posted on YouTube and embedded into their website, and it's from their Schools That Work series. You can find it at www.edutopia.org/video/art-text, bridging literacy and arts. And they give you some examples in that video. You're able to see some examples of incorporating art and literature. And then the last one I found on the Kennedy Center, their website. It was an article that encourages teachers to incorporate the arts. So not just art like artwork, but drama and the arts into your classroom. And it can be found on the Kennedy Center's website. And I'll also attach a link in the discussion.